Is it just me? Is anyone else embarrassed by this? Did anyone else buy their car like 2 or 3 years ago and now they're like embarrassed that you're kind of stuck and you have to drive it around like in embarrassment? Because I am. I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, I'm grateful that I have a car and I don't have to pay for gas, but I'm embarrassed to drive it. Like, if people want to cut me off or like not let me in, I kind of almost am like, yeah, I get it. I get it. Please tell me I'm not the only one that bought a Tesla and now is like totally regretting it.
I'm not sure how to block that light out, but reason 3,469 why I do not suggest getting an electric vehicle, or why I hate my electric vehicle. I have a 2024 Kia EV9, the GT line. And the reason for today is the fact that I forgot that I needed to charge yesterday. So I can't have one of them situations where it's like, oh, I'll just get gas in the morning, because that would have made me late either way. But when I turned my car on this morning, I had 66 miles. I'm going to DC, so I need a little bit more than that. Because remember, from my last video, 66 isn't really 66, because if I turn my heat on, I'm probably down to 2. So I'm like, fine, I got to go to the charging station. At minimum, it takes 20 minutes to charge my car to at least 80%. Okay? Let me show you where I'm at. So I've been sitting here for a few minutes. I'm at 31% now, 74 miles. Notice it says it's going to take 50 minutes to get a full charge. Who has 50 minutes? I don't have 50 minutes. If I had a gas car, I could have literally gone to the gas station, boom, boom, pow, and within 5 minutes, I'm back on the road. Not only do I have to wait to charge, let there have been a line. There's been several times I've pulled up to the charging stations and there's a line. And so you have to wait at minimum 20 minutes, but it's always been longer than that, because of course people don't want to charge just to 80. They want to charge to the max. I don't do that, but they want to charge to the max. So you got to wait in line and burn your charge while you wait to charge. This process could take over an hour. Why did I do this to myself?
You know what's crazy? I don't got no EV, but I've always been a thinker. Some people are reactors. They figure it out later, right? I've always said that to myself. I'm like, these people must have a bunch of time on their hands to sit there and let their car charge. You know, you go to the gas station, that take no more than a couple minutes. You in and out, right? About 3 minutes, and you are on your way. But I'm like, with EVs, I don't know. I've seen the charging stations, and where I live, there were EV stations in this plaza area, and I just see the people casually charging the car, chilling. I'm like, they got all the time on their hands in the world. That was my initial thought. I didn't know how long it took to charge, but I knew it took a while. I knew it took longer than if you were to put gas in the car. And then I'm like, what if there are no stations available? You gotta wait.
I will never in my life ever buy an EV vehicle, y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. So last night I get to New Mexico and I get to Hertz, and the dude's like, hey, you want an EV vehicle? And I told him, I said, nah, not really. I don't really want an EV vehicle, because I don't want to have to worry about charging it. And he was like, nah, they got charging stations everywhere. All right, whatever, boom. I get in the car, I see that it's on 19%. I should have bought it back right then and there, right? But it was late, I'm tired, I just want to get to my hotel. I'm like, shit, I'm going to charge it at the hotel. The hotel I'm going to, it has EV charging station. So boom, I put my car on the EV charger. It says it's charging, right? I'm like, okay, good, we good. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to my cars in the morning. I'm gonna be good. Boy, I woke up this morning, that thing was on 17% still. Oh my God. And I gotta go over an hour away. So I'm like, shit, I know I ain't gonna make it, but I'm at least keep pushing towards that direction and have somebody come pick me up, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I did. And so here I am in the middle of nowhere in Albuquerque, New Mexico, waiting for these folks to come get their car, waiting for my ride. This is the bullshit ass little whip I got. A Hyundai Kona. Man, that boy on 4%, boy. Boy, we ain't going nowhere on 4%, my boy. It's not happening. I'm pissed off at Hertz for even putting me in a vehicle with 19% left. How you put people in vehicles with 19% left. How you know I ain't had to go an hour away from my destination? Like, that doesn't make any type of sense, bro. I'm heated. I use Hertz all the time. I'm a gold member if that means anything. You feel me? But it's just some incompetent ass people in this world that will put people in these type of situations. I'm heated, bro. I'm so mad right now because I got a call to get to. Now I gotta wait for somebody to come pick me up. Now they gotta come pick up this car. Then I gotta go get another car, right? Because I'm gonna be traveling all week long, so I need another car. So now I'm gonna have to go back over that and handle all of that. Then I'm gonna have to argue with these people about getting a refund, because you know it's gonna be super complicated because people, they just don't empower the customer service agents to make decisions. And so it's just gonna be this whole ring around the rosy. And I'm pissed off today, bro. God damn.
I bought my dream car when I was 27, and this is why I regret it. At the time, I had recently gotten a raise, and I thought I was on the path to making a lot of more money. So I went and bought a Tesla because it was one of my goals. You see, the people in my community were making a lot more money than me, and I wanted to fit in as an entrepreneur, and I thought buying a nice car was the way. This is what I know today. The money that I spend on my monthly car payments, I could be taking my family to Disneyland every month. I could be living in a much nicer neighborhood. I could be saving money so that we could actually buy and own our own property. I could have reinvested that money into myself and my learning and my education. I could have reinvested that money into my business, advertising, and scaling my business. I could have used that money to hire help to help me achieve my goals in my business. I share this story with you because if you're an entrepreneur who wants to grow, who wants to scale, and you see these people who are driving fancy cars and all these nice things, like, honestly, that's not going to help you grow as a person. That's not going to help you grow as a business. So remember to focus on what actually matters. It ain't fancy cars. There's a huge difference between perceived success and true success. Don't fall for the wrong thing.
No, Kaepernick, it's time to wisen up. There's a difference between true success and perceived success. Hey, that's the real, that's the real. On the outside world, people want to seem like they're successful to others. Look at me, I'm better than you. I got an EV. It's a comparison thing. I know people that drive around in fancy cars, they look like they successful, but then they go park that car at a bando. They park it in the hood, on the grass. Car costs more than a house. I'm like, what are you doing? These are those materialistic people. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it don't make sense. That's crazy to me. That's ridiculous. Boy, what them pockets looking like? Is them pockets better than mine?
Buying an electric vehicle right now could prove to be one of the worst financial decisions that you could make. Is for one of two reasons. The first has to do with the car market in general, and the second has to do with electric vehicles holding value, aka the depreciation on the electric vehicles. So let's start with the market first, because this kind of influences what's going on specifically with electric vehicles. Now, you have to understand that basically the entire market was undersupplied for quite some time, and that's why we had these prices that went through the roof. That has diminished, and now supply is overtaking demand. And when you actually look at the car market currently, both new cars as well as used cars are coming down significantly. Some people are calling it a crash. I don't really think it's that. I think it's just prices returning to somewhat normal. With that said, these prices are going to continue to decline in 2024. And this is where we need to start looking at electric vehicles, because they are going to hit electric vehicles the hardest. And the main reason for that is because there has been a huge push for electric vehicles. Tons of electric vehicles have been made, and the demand is just not there for a variety of reasons, whether it be just not enough charging network, etc. The demand has not caught up. So what ends up happening is most car manufacturers have a ton of electric vehicles that they are not able to sell. Now that puts pressure primarily on new car sales, which then bleeds into used car sales and the values that those used electric cars are dealing with. And that is why you are also seeing used car values across the board come down. Now, when it comes to electric vehicles, a new study actually shows that over a 3-year period, the average gas engine or ICE vehicle loses on average around 40% of its value. That is the depreciation. But during that same time frame, the average electric vehicle actually loses close to 50%. So there is a much larger depreciation expense, which is known as a non-cash cost, that an electric vehicle owner has to deal with. Now, over the last year alone, electric vehicles have lost somewhere around 23% of their value on average. So this kind of makes it the point that if you're going to purchase a new electric vehicle right now, it probably will prove to be a bad financial decision. And your best bet is probably to purchase a used electric vehicle where that depreciation, because remember, depreciation for cars usually take place in year 1 and year 2 at the most. So if you can find a slightly used electric vehicle and negotiate a price that you're comfortable with based on the available data, which is in your favor, that is going to make a better decision. Now, if you must purchase a new electric vehicle, wait. Right now, it seems like the market is going to continue falling. Now, obviously, you must do your own due diligence. You must figure this stuff out for yourself. But if it were me, in my opinion, electric vehicle prices in specifics are probably going to be less at the end of the year than they are now. So the longer that you can wait, the more negotiating ability that you will have with dealerships if you must buy a new electric vehicle. If you like personal finance, world economics, and investing broken down simply, you are in the right place, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.
Hey now, remember they tried to warn you all in the Leave the World Behind movie. You know, the movie that Obama executive produced. All the cars left on the road were the Teslas. The Teslas were stuck in traffic, couldn't move. Those people couldn't go nowhere.
Many electric vehicle owners are now regretting having made that purchase. They state the main issues are the electric motors and some other components. Watch this clip and let me know in your comments down below if you're thinking about buying an electric vehicle or you prefer gas vehicle.
The new survey finds many people who bought electric cars are having trouble with them, even more issues than gas-powered cars. The best choice now may be a hybrid.
Every year, Consumer Reports surveys hundreds of thousands of its members, asking them simple but important questions. What problems have they had with their vehicles in the past year?
Everything from the engine to transmission issues, leaks, paint and trim problems. And with EVs growing in popularity, we ask electric car owners about battery and charging issues. And then we can crunch those numbers to calculate the predicted reliability of new and also used cars, almost every car in the market.
Lexus and Toyota took the top spots for brand reliability, followed by Mini, Acura, Honda, and Subaru. And while EVs are growing in popularity, owners of electric vehicles experience 79% more problems with their EVs compared to gas-powered cars. EV trouble spots include issues with charging, electric motors, and battery problems.
Our members are reporting the same issues with most EVs as they are with vehicles that have been designed brand new from the ground up, whether they're gas or electric. And EVs are about the newest technology out there, and it's taking a while even for established car makers to work through those growing pains.
But automakers seem to have worked out the growing pains for hybrid vehicles. Owners of hybrids say they've had 26% fewer problems on average than a gas-only car. And researchers found the type of vehicle you drive also matters. Sedans, along with hatchbacks and wagons, remain the most reliable vehicle types. Pickup trucks have been at the bottom of Consumer Reports reliability rankings for 7 of the past 8 years, with EV trucks coming in last this year. The survey found auto brands at the bottom of the reliability survey this year were Rivian, Mercedes-Benz, and Chrysler. Pat Foran, CTV News.
The choice is yours. We all have free will. You can choose reliable, or you can choose fancy junk. Nah, for real. You can choose a car that'll last you, or you can choose a car that's a little newer, that they haven't worked out the kinks yet. They pretty much don't know how to fix them all the way to the ultimate capacity like they need to, right? I mean, this is what happens with all of these new vehicles. It's new, and they also have to find how to fix them. They got to figure out, okay, well, that's a major problem. That's going to be a recall. Okay, this is something we're going to have to learn how to fix. We didn't anticipate it, but we're seeing this is happening right now. Even the car manufacturers seem to be reactors. Commit first. We're going to commit to making this car, and we're going to figure out the rest later. Let's just put it out there. Let's get paid. Family, let me know what you think about this video, man. Do you have an EV? Do you regret it? If so, drop it below in the comments. Share your story. Peace. Until my Hebrew fam, shalom. I will catch y'all on the next one.